Welcome to Man at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025, in the 10th week after Pentecost during the season of ordinary time. This is a time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we experience spiritual growth. The lectionary reading is from the book of Acts in the New Testament, which covers the historical timeline from Jesus' ascension into heaven, the beginning of the Christian community in Jerusalem on the day of Pentecost, and a series of vignettes showcasing the lives of key apostles, mainly Peter and Paul. The lectionary reading focuses on Acts chapter 7, which begins with the trial of a man named Stephen. He had been chosen as one of seven deacons to ensure the widows in the Jerusalem community had all their physical needs met. Stephen was also eager to share the good news of the gospel, and he was able to perform several miraculous signs and wonders in public. Soon, a group of men opposed him, spreading a vicious rumor accusing him of slandering Moses and the temple. Soon, an uprising emerged involving ordinary people, religious officials, and scholars. Stephen was arrested on false charges, and witnesses testified that they heard him say Jesus would destroy the holy temple and change the sacred customs handed down from Moses. When Stephen was asked what he had to say for himself and whether the accusations were accurate, his face looked like that of an angel as the legal team watched him intently. The lectionary reading is from Acts chapter 7, verses 44 to 53. Instead of defending himself, Stephen launched into a diatribe. He spoke of the mobile chest of God that Moses was commanded to build. The mobile chest symbolized God's ongoing presence and guidance with their ancestors after they escaped from Egypt and slavery and they lived in the desert for 40 years. When the ancestors left their desert life and moved to the promised land, the mobile chest of God was still with them. They carried it into battle, and it helped them defeat their enemies. This continued until the time of King David. King David desired to build a permanent house for God, but it was his son Solomon who built the temple. Stephen accused the people and their ancestors of being stubborn and uncircumcised in their hearts and in their ears. Their ancestors refused to obey the commands that God gave through Moses. The temple structure was a beautiful structure, and Stephen suggested that it served as an idol for them. He then quoted words from the prophet Isaiah stating that heaven is God's throne and the earth is his footstool. And God cannot be confined to a specific time and a place created by human hands because God's hand made everything. The crowd got it. They were furious. Stephen remained calm as he gazed up into heaven. The crowd shouted, covered their ears, and charged at Stephen together. He quietly kneels, speaking words of forgiveness and asking the Lord Jesus to receive his spirit. Stephen was the first martyr and a faithful witness to the gospel.